Today, we're going to talk about a car that is way more than just a new model hitting the showroom floor. No, this is a huge, high-stakes gamble for a company that's really at a crossroads. We're diving into the Hyundai Ioniq 3 and why its success or its failure could literally define the future for Hyundai's entire EV program. And it all kicked off with one pretty powerful observation.
I mean, that sentence right there just perfectly captures the drama at the heart of this whole story. Hyundai came out swinging in the EV race. They were winning awards left and right for cars like the Ioniq 5. They had this crystal clear plan for the future, but then almost overnight, it felt like the rules of the game just completely changed, and that path forward got a whole lot tougher.
So what on earth happened? Well, Hyundai, a company that was seen as a leader, suddenly found itself staring down a perfect storm. And I'm not talking about a minor setback here. This was a series of massive challenges that threatened to derail their entire EV strategy and force them to go right back to the drawing board.
This crisis really came from three different directions, all hitting them at once. First, the EV market started to grow up. The wealthy early adopters were kind of done buying, and now it's all about mainstream buyers who are, way more sensitive about the price tag. Second, a ton of new competition showed up, especially from Chinese brands like BYD, who are absolute masters at delivering value. And third, a huge 15% tariff wall in the United States made one of their most important markets suddenly so much harder to compete in.
Okay, so with the American market becoming such a tough nut to crack, Hyundai had to make a big strategic pivot. They needed to find a new main market to bet their future on, a place where the EV transition was still picking up speed and where a new, affordable car could make a massive splash. And that, of course, led to a huge question back at Hyundai headquarters. If the original global plan was basically in tatters, what was Plan B? Where were they going to make their big stand?
The answer was just one word: Europe.
You see, the European market for smaller, affordable EVs isn't slowing down at all. It is absolutely on fire. But it's also about to become the most ridiculously competitive automotive battleground on the entire planet.
And the scale of that challenge, oh my gosh, it is immense. Hyundai isn't just going up against one or two rivals. They are going head-to-head with Volkswagen's upcoming ID.2, BYD's super aggressively priced Dolphin, brand new models from Renault and Stellantis, and yeah, even the shadow of Tesla's long-rumored affordable Model 2. It is an absolute gauntlet of competitors.
So what do you build to fight in a war like that? Well, you have to engineer a weapon specifically for that battle. And for Hyundai, that weapon is the Ioniq 3. This isn't just their next compact EV, it is their purpose-built answer to this whole crisis.
All right, so what is this new weapon? Let's look under the hood. It's built on a 400-volt version of Hyundai's fantastic eGMP platform. It's got two really solid battery options, and that bigger one is targeting an impressive range of up to 375 miles. It's front-wheel drive, which is smart for maximizing interior space and efficiency, and it keeps that awesome vehicle-to-load feature, which lets you literally power appliances right from your car.
But here it is. This is the single most important number of all. The target starting price is right around 30,000 euros. This is the whole ballgame. That price tag is designed to smash through the affordability barrier and appeal directly to that mainstream, price-conscious buyer who's been waiting on the sidelines. Now, to hit that price, Hyundai made a really smart trade-off. Instead of the super-fast 800-volt system that you find in the Ioniq 5, they went with a 400-volt architecture. Now, it's not quite as fast to charge, but it still offers really good charging performance. But the key is it's cheaper to build. So this isn't a downgrade, not at all. It's a very deliberate choice to make the car more accessible for more people.
Of course, hitting a price point means nothing if the car doesn't look cool, right? And that brings us to the design, which has this really fascinating backstory. The Ioniq 3 didn't just appear out of thin air. It actually started its life as a much wilder concept car called the Concept 3.
And you can see right here how they translated that radical concept into something for the real world. The wild going doors, gone, replaced by standard ones. That massive spoiler has been toned down to a sportier little ducktail. But what's really important is that the core spirit, that sleek, futuristic aero hatch look, is still very much there.
And inside, Hyundai is making another really smart play. You get all the futuristic tech, like a slim digital screen for the driver and a big central touchscreen, but, and this is huge, they've kept physical switches and knobs for crucial things like climate control.
In a world of frustrating all-touch interfaces, that is a massive win for just, being able to use your car easily. And thanks to that EV platform, it promises to have a surprisingly roomy interior for a compact car.
So all of this brings us to the final showdown. The car is engineered, the price is set, the battleground has been chosen. But the big question is, can the Ioniq 3 actually win this fight for survival?
When you look at it, in this crowded arena, Hyundai's strategy becomes crystal clear. Up against VW's brand trust and BYD's aggressive pricing, they're betting on a killer combination, a radical, standout design paired with strong real-world range, all offered at that super competitive price. That's its unique angle. That's how it plans to win.
And we just have to remember why all this matters so much. The success or failure of the Ioniq 3 in Europe won't just stay in Europe. No, it's going to send ripples all across the company's entire global EV strategy. A win here gives them incredible momentum. A loss forces another painful trip back to the drawing board.
So we're left with this one final crucial question. Is the Ioniq 3 the affordable champion that Hyundai so desperately needs to navigate this perfect storm? Or, despite its brilliant design and its smart engineering, will it just get lost in the noise of what is shaping up to be the most crowded, competitive EV market we have ever seen? I guess only time will tell.